John Wick is gonna have an animated movie, and just recently, thanks to this year's CinemaCon, this was confirmed for us. So in today's video, we're gonna talk about this animated John Wick movie, what it's about, and what animation style it's going to have, since those details were revealed to us. Let's get started. The thing is, Lionsgate didn't exactly say a lot of important things during their CinemaCon presentation, but as you know, the John Wick franchise is pretty much the only major thing they have. So, in addition to Ballerina and The Continental, they announced more spin-offs and more John Wick movies, and one of the ones they announced is an animated John Wick film for theaters. They actually told us what it's going to be about, and also the animation style. So let's start with the animation style. They said it's going to be a very stylized film aimed at adult audiences. So I think that in terms of style, it's going to be very similar to the Spider-Man movies, Puss in Boots, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, those kinds of recent animated films. But since it's for adults, I think it's going to be more like Predator, Hunting Killers, the Predator movie coming out this year. We're told that Keanu Reeves, who is John Wick, will be voicing the character in the film, and they told us what it's going to be about. The animated movie will be set before the events of the first John Wick film, and will reveal how Wick completed the legendary impossible task that's been teased throughout the franchise, and is often talked about. It will depict a grueling ordeal that required Wick to kill all his rivals in a single night, a task that allowed him to free himself from his obligation to the High Table and live with the love of his life, Helen. As you can tell from the synopsis, the story does indeed take place before the events of the first John Wick movie. And one more thing they also revealed is the director of the movie, Shannon Tyndall, who hasn't worked on many very famous films, but he directed Ultraman Rising, which I haven't seen, but I think it was released 1 or 2 years ago and I heard it's good. So let's see how this movie turns out. I know CinemaCon was a while ago, but there haven't been many news updates lately, and since this is about an animated movie, I thought, well, since there isn't much news, I'll talk about this. I find the situation with John Wick really strange, because maybe you don't know this, but the first and second John Wick movies didn't do all that well at the box office. I mean, they did okay enough to justify a sequel, but out of nowhere, it was the third and fourth movies that became real box office hits. And since Lionsgate almost never has any big successes and has very few franchises that are actually successful, they're milking the John Wick franchise for all it's worth. Let's see if they don't end up damaging the brand to the point where no one cares about this franchise anymore, because honestly, they're gonna squeeze a ton of stuff out of it, movies, series, all sorts of things in the coming years. In fact, I think they're even making a John Wick anime. I mean, they're doing all kinds of things with it, and honestly, I really like the first two movies. The third and fourth movies, especially the fourth, I thought were pretty bad, but the third one was just so-so for me. So anyway guys, I'm gonna keep covering everything about this animated John Wick movie, so I invite you to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of it. And now it's your turn guys, tell me in the comments, are you fans of the John Wick franchise? Which is your favorite movie from the franchise? What are your expectations for how the movie will look? And are you actually interested in the movie? Or are you more like, I'm not interested in John Wick, so you're not going to watch it? Let me know all that in the comments, and here I'll leave you more videos you can watch.